Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's project is a mason jar DIY box centerpiece. I've seen these for sale online and they can be a little bit expensive, so I thought I'd just DIY my own. So let's get started. The supplies I'm using are mason jars. These are a great deal. I believe it was $8.99 for 12 of them. Some primer for the jars, 2 chalk paints, and I wanted a third chalk paint in yellow, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to mix my own with baking soda, a sponge applicator, some sandpaper, wood to make the box with, some stain for the box, chrysanthemums from Walmart, and jute to tie around the mason jars. Here are a few other things that I ended up using. We'll start by giving the jars 2 coats of primer and letting it dry in between each coat. Now that the jars are primed, I'm getting on that first coat of orange paint. For this paint, I'm using an acrylic paint, and these were chalk paint. So I'm just gonna use this paint and I'm gonna mix it with some baking soda, and just to give it more of a chalky texture. So now I've mixed the yellow paint with some baking soda and just a couple of drops of cold water. After I painted this yellow, I think it looks a little too much like an Easter egg yellow, so I'm going to change it to a different color. I'm thinking more of a cream, and I happen to have this Americana paint, and to me it's kind of like the color of this flower here, so I'm going to try that and we'll see if it works. Each of the jars have 2 coats of paint, and I did paint this yellow jar with a second coat of the Americana paint, and I added some gold to the rims. And now I'm going to move on to the sanding. I'm wiping off the sandpaper dust with a clean cloth, and I'm going to use this Krylon satin finish clear coat just to protect the paint job. I had it in the house anyway, so might as well use it, and I will get to spraying them right now. Now I'm starting to apply the wood glue, and I'm using Gorilla Wood glue. It works really well. So I'm just making sure to get each piece. And as you can see, I have one of these large Irwin clamps. I have it set up so that it'll help me assemble the box. It'll help me as I'm standing the pieces up, just so that they don't keep falling over. And then I can use that lever on the side to tighten it up for me. Now that the box is clamped together, I'm making minor adjustments just to even it out, and I'm wiping it down just to get rid of some excess glue. Now the glue has dried overnight and the box can be unclamped. I'm giving the box a quick sand so it will absorb the stain better. And I'm wiping it down with a damp cloth. Now it's time to stain the box, and I decided to go with this dark stain. I thought it would make a really nice contrast. So here is what the jar looks like after 2 coats of that satin clear coat, and I have to say I like it even better than the original chalky look that I was going for. Next I'm going to tie some jute rope onto the jar, and I found these little pine cones. I thought that would look cute hanging from the jute rope. I'm snipping off the flowers, and I believe I cut about 3 inches off of each bunch. I decided to add a little something extra to the box, so on the outside I'm just going to do a little dry brushing with this Folk Art chocolate brown metallic paint, and I'm just going to pour a little bit of it into a Tupperware, just like a very tiny amount, and
I'm actually like getting a lot of it off the brush. I don't want too much on the brush because it's just going to be like a light dry brush. And then I'm just going to go across. I wanted to show you a close-up of how the chocolate metallic paint picks up the light and dark in the wood. There's the finished product. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.